Welcome to the No Dunks podcast presented by FanDuel. It's Wednesday, February 4th, 2026. I'm J.E. Skeets, back in the Classic Factory, and alongside me, as always, Tass Mellis.
We're hanging in, everybody.
Next to him, it's my top shot hot boy, Trey Kirby.
Ayo.
Ayo. And over yonder, making the magic happen, super producer, JD.
Hello.
There he is. Here we are. Hello to everybody on YouTube. Hit the like button, subscribe. Podcast listeners, leave your boys a 5-star rating and review. Lots to talk about here on today's No Dunks. We'll get into a few of the games from last night. Did you guys remember that basketball's being played? Sort of no one else has.
Games.
We'll get into a few of the games and a lot of all-star news. We know the American rosters. We'll touch on the celebrity all-star game roster. We'll get to that. But it happened. James Harden traded again. And it might be one of the biggest deals of the NBA trade deadline. The Cavaliers and Clippers agreeing last night to swap point guards Darius Garland and James Harden in a 1-for-1 deal that also sends a 2026 second-round pick to the Clippers. So that's the draft capital that moved. It went to LAC along with Garland for James Harden. We talked about this on yesterday's show, the morning show, because we did a bunch of emergency podcasts. But on the morning show, we talked about this because it was getting close to the finish line, and they get it done in the end. Your thoughts?
I'm coming around a little bit more to what the Cavs are doing with James Harden, because let's look at this window of the playoffs coming this postseason. Are the Cavs better off having Darius Garland or James Harden?
Harden.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly. So there's that scenario. They have given up on Darius Garland and the future of Darius Garland, of course. But they also picked Donovan Mitchell over Darius Garland. Like, those two were not just hanging out that well. I mean, they weren't themselves. They weren't thriving together. We saw last year the 64-win team, and Darius Garland went out in the postseason. That was part of it. He's still injured. James Harden, we know will play. I know that people are saying that guy is just going to fade away. He's just going to fold.
He will.
I liken this, yes, but
He always does.
But hold on. But when the Philadelphia 76ers went into the second round a few years ago, 2023, him and Joel Embiid.
Yeah. He had good games, monster games, and then what did he do in Game 7?
Oh, and Game 6 he was bad too.
Yeah, okay.
So the second round he faded. All he needed was to have big performances every once in a while. And I think beside Donovan Mitchell, you can expect Donovan Mitchell ain't going to fade away beside him. So he's got that number one option beside him. That is clear cut. I mean, some things just haven't fallen the way for James Harden in the past. We can get into every single one. But I would say I compare it to that Philadelphia 76ers run where they lost to Boston, second round, Game 7, and he had Joel Embiid beside him. Now he's got Donovan Mitchell beside him, and that's what I'm looking at going into this postseason. Dono ain't fading. He will be the number one guy ready to perform 30, 35-point performances every single night like he did last year in the second round against the Indiana Pacers when he put a 48-point spot in game number 2 that they lost, and that was really the key. Guys like Garland, Mobley, Hurt, they weren't right. Mm-hmm. So in this instance, I mean, it is a two-headed monster. It is Mitchell and Harden. Obviously, that's a little scary, but it's clear. Mitchell's number 1, Harden's number 2, and Mobley has not been able to be a guy who's a takeover for a number 2 guy, so he falls down the order a little bit, and here we are.
But maybe Harden, the way he plays, helps a guy like Mobley, helps a guy like Jared Allen. Should, in theory, because he's done that with other bigs. Yeah, immediate upgrade, I think most people agree, for Cleveland. In the regular season, at least. It's when we get to the postseason. That's the big question mark. It's the roll of the dice. But again, it's not like Garland was killing it in postseason.
If Garland had any sort of a postseason rep, you would feel worse about it. But he has fewer playoff moments than James Harden does. So really, what's the difference there? I don't really have a concern with the fit at all. James Harden fits with literally everybody. In 14 seasons since getting to the Rockets, he has had 7 top 5 offenses, 3 top 10 offenses, and his team never finished worse than 14th in offensive rating. He made Joel Embiid an MVP. He made Ivica Zubac an All-NBA caliber player. He's going to be great for Mobley. He's going to be great for Allen if Allen sticks around. If it somehow turns into Anthony Davis, he'll be great for that guy. He is going to lessen the load on Donovan Mitchell. We've talked so many times about how he has to basically get 35 for the Cavs to win. I honestly keep forgetting that Cleveland even has Dennis Schroeder and Keon Ellis on their team right now. They haven't played yet, but it's coming eventually. So I think this is definitely an upgrade for the Cavs this year. Maybe Garland rediscovers himself in LA. Maybe he get some nice plates in his shoes and his toes are okay. I think that's a huge worry for Cleveland, but it definitely feels like they are all in on this season in particular, 2026, because this is a little bit of a desperation move to trade away one of your core four for a guy that's 10 years older, basically so that you can keep Donovan Mitchell, can get him to sign an extension in the summer, because by all accounts, that's a big part of the reason why the Cavs did this as well, to entice Mitchell to stick around.
Yeah. Harden has been durable. You guys have said this. Many people have said this. I think he only missed like 18 total games, and that's including these last couple for personal reasons, because maybe he was going to be traded here, was traded, since he joined the Clips in 2023. Not a lot of games missed, obviously, compared to Garland, who just can't stay healthy. These toes have held him back, and now it's both of them. They're looking for guys to stand on business 10 toes down, and this guy's got 8 of them. They're like, get him out of here, man. We can't go to war with this guy. But yeah, again, Harden, look, he's had a list of playoff disappointments. He always plays well in the first few games of a series, and maybe the odd one as a series goes on. But when it gets into the game 6s and the game 7s, that's when he has fallen apart. You saw already many clips going around listing all of those shortcomings. So I won't repeat them all, but it's the last 3 years running where he's come up short in these big games. Maybe the hope is, hey, you carry us for games 1, 2, maybe slip in a game 5 performance and Donovan Mitchell can sort of do the rest on Mobley. I get that. But it's a hell of a risk here, obviously. Just moving off this core 4 with a guy that's 10 years younger. But maybe they're just like, he's just made of glass and he's never going to get back to that level.
Yeah, Garland just wasn't a good number 2 in last year's playoffs. Harden can be that guy. It sure feels that way. Again, he's not a number 1. We know that. And it's not going to end well in Cleveland. At some point, he's going to go, he's going to fade away, and he's going to leave, and it's not going to be pretty. The extension part is scary for Cleveland, in that going into this offseason, he may want the Bucks. As we talked about yesterday, he may want to get paid, and that may be part of the reason why he wanted to leave the Clippers. I am sort of leaning towards the idea that maybe he just realized we weren't going to win in Los Angeles, so it was time to get out. And he's been working this in the background for multiple weeks.
He says, by the way, I don't know if you saw the Ramona Shelburne
some
report.
hilarious
He
quotes.
Emphatically denied speculation that he had requested a trade from the Clippers. That's Harden himself saying that.
That is unbelievable. There's no way that he didn't request a trade. He did. I mean, you can't say that anymore. That's the life we live in here. You can't say it's a trade request or a trade demand. It's just not palatable. You can't. That's just the way it is. I mean, Ramon Shelburne's quote from Harden basically says to me that he's been trying for a long time. But again, it's not a trade demand, but I've been trying. Here's the quote. In life, not even just basketball. This is Harden talking, okay? In life, not even just basketball, when things don't work out, there are ways to end things in relationships without having to crack each other. Okay, maybe we just don't see a future with each other. Maybe we just outgrew each other. Whatever the case might be, I feel like other situations weren't like that. And that's why I can respect Steve Ballmer and Lawrence Frank and Ty Lue, because they didn't put me in a weird position as much as everybody tried to make it like that.
Right. I didn't have to call this front office a bunch of liars.
Yeah, this seems like an amicable departure, actually.
Yeah, they
didn't want to pay him. They should have paid him. He's been their best player for 3 straight years, their most reliable guy. And he saw that he wasn't wanted. They wanted to have flexibility going forward, so they trade for a guy that makes the exact same money he does for a year longer. They just didn't want him. And I don't blame Harden. Like, he's just operating like literally anybody would in a business environment. His business is just basketball. So people think he should sacrifice for these other guys.
And he's done it multiple times, so he's ridiculed because he's moved on multiple times.
Yeah, a lot of people change jobs when they get a better deal somewhere. It's more security.
It's very businesslike. That is for sure. But it's a request. It's a, hey, I want to get out.
Yeah, but they could have paid him. If they wanted him, they could have paid him. They could have given him a longer deal than a 1-and-1 that they had. This seemed to be, at least from listening to Zach Lowe and the Hoop Collective guys, like this kind of seemed like this was a likely scenario for the Clippers with the way that they set up the contract for Harden. But they would rather pay Darius Garland and hope that he's healthy.
Yeah, and that is a risk. You've got a couple more years of Darius Garland. His feet obviously aren't right. Now, they're maybe banking on their new medical staff. I shouldn't call them new, but their medical staff that's been able to turn Kawhi Leonard into a new person. I don't know if they just somehow they've got everything about Darius Garland's toes and think that they can do that, but that has to be a part of it. What do you guys feel like the Cavs' ceiling is here going into this postseason? And has it changed since getting James Harden? I feel it's higher for me. It should be higher because, again, last year, if there's a healthy Darius Garland, which transforms into a healthy James Harden this year, they're better. They're better than what they did against the Pacers. They just needed somebody. They needed somebody, and Harden will be there playing.
We have now two of the most, I'll believe it when I see it guys on the same team together. Now, in Donovan Mitchell, can you go to the conference finals? And James Harden, can you obviously get there? I get it. I understand, carrying the workload a little bit for Donovan Mitchell, who was banged up by the time they even got to the postseason last year after doing a lot of heavy lifting and then trying to do even more in the postseason. I get where Harden will fit there and help. But, I am not going to sit here and say, they are going all the way. Are you kidding me? Jesus, no way. Unless there's more moves to be made, unless this clicks like no one can believe. This is good. I get it. I understand it, especially the part where just Garland, they could not have any confidence in him moving forward here and didn't maybe like what they saw even at times. So about the same, I guess, is my answer. Which is good. They're disappointing this season, but they've turned it around here recently as they sort of climb back up the Eastern Conference standings. But they're aiming, obviously, for a conference finals or finals, but I think they'll still fall short as currently constructed.
Yeah, but I think they would have fallen short anyways. We don't see a list of Darius Garland's playoff failings because he doesn't have any success to compare it to. At least James Harden has made conference finals often in his career.
Yeah.
Get out of the second round challenge for Donovan Mitchell. And I think that is what their ceiling probably is a conference finals appearance. Garland has been probably the worst player on the Cavs from a high minutes perspective, guys that played over 500 minutes. They're just brutal when he's on. He doesn't have the same quickness he used to. He can't defend. Harden's not a good defender, but at least he's tall. He's taller than Garland is.
He's much
Garland
bigger.
Is.
Yeah, and I think it was Kevin Pelton made an interesting point about where you maybe put Harden because of his size, and you couldn't do with Garland is maybe you put him on, power forwards because Harden actually is a decent post defender because of his size, and you can use Mobley's defensive versatility a little bit more on sort of smaller and quicker guys. I think that makes some sense. They might try that. Kenny Atkinson might try that, yeah, there must be a wink-wink deal here, too, on this next extension or next contract for Harden because he had to veto his trade kicker, and he had power of where he wanted to go. So, yeah, maybe he wanted to go to the Eastern Conference, have a better chance to finally win a championship, potentially with them, but he gave up money, too. He left money, which is something he usually doesn't do. So I would think a part of that is the next contract.
Maybe.
Right? Of course.
Yeah.
Of course, he's going to get a contract.
He has a $42.9 million player option for next season, but only $13 million of that is guaranteed before July 11th. So if he picks up the option, look, the Cavs, if they didn't work out with him, they could waive him and potentially get themselves under tax aprons for next season. But I think there is obviously a deal here in declining the player option and moving forward. It'll be interesting to see what that number is and what he expects.
Yeah, well, that's a huge part. There's no doubt. They have so much money tied up in other guys that this is important to their front office. But kudos to their front office. They're trying something. Kudos to them for trying it. Kudos to them for giving us something to talk about. But kudos for them, most importantly, for not going into this offseason with the exact same stuff that they did last year, essentially. Because that was painful. That second game of the second round series against the Pacers where Donovan Mitchell had 48 points, but he had nothing to support him.
Yeah.
Garland was out. Ty Jerome was starting. He shot 1 of 14 in that game. Dean Wade was starting because Evan Mobley was also out. That was where that series turned in round number 2. He just needed somebody to play. James Harden is going to play. He's not going to sit. He's going to play, and that is one admirable thing about James Harden.
What do you think of Yahoo Sports' Tom Haberstroh's 3-part plan for the Cavaliers to end up with James Harden, Giannis, and LeBron James? Because part 1, check. And it was trade Darius Garland for James Harden because they basically had the exact same contract, so you could do that because they're a second apron team. Trade 2 here, though, or part 2 of this 3-point plan, trade Evan Mobley and picks for Giannis and his brother. But the Cavs can't aggregate salaries unless they dump like $14 million worth of salary to a third party, which, you know, maybe you're getting a team like Brooklyn in the mix and stuff like that. Lonzo Ball would definitely be gone.
Would the Bucks then also get Isaiah Mobley? They get a brother as well?
I think that's only fair, yeah. But that would be part 2, and then part 3 is obviously have LeBron just come and sign in free agency with his son.
Yes, family members always attached.
So anyway, part 1 of 3. I think it's the second part's the toughest part. Getting Giannis, it would have to be the Bucks going like, wow, Evan Mobley, that's the best player, young player we're gonna be offered from any team here to make it happen. Because draft pick wise, it wouldn't be a whole lot. So you'd have to love Evan Mobley if you're the Bucks. So probably unlikely, but I thought it was a funny plan here from Abstra.
Yeah, well, I can see the Bucks being interested in getting Evan Mobley. That would be a great get. For them in the Giannis deal, because the players we've seen included are like, I guess you would say probably at this point, Draymond is the most established player who they could get. He's not that good anymore, especially on a rebuilding
and
team.
without Curry beside him.
Yeah, like if he's your star, that's a kind of a weird thing. So at least you could talk yourself into Evan Mobley, but I don't think the Cavs would be ready to trade him yet. So I think part 1 is done. They're getting Harden. Part 3, I think, is quite likely that they get LeBron, especially since they're doing all these moves to change up their books. Harden is going to get less on his deal for this extension than Garland is getting currently, so they are going to take a little bit of salary off the top there. There was a report over at The Athletic from Varden and Lloyd saying that LeBron sees the Cavs as a very realistic place for his next season, and he realizes he's going to have to take a discount because he's 41 years old. I think it's going to happen.
Okay.
If he's willing to take a discount, it could definitely happen because they have, you know, currently with Harden's contract in there, about $217 million locked up. That's a good amount of money. So, I mean, what are you playing for? You're playing for the exception, LeBron? I mean, that is more likely than Evan Mobley moving on from the Cavs. I think the Cavs are hanging on to Evan Mobley. And if it's going to be some way of being able to get Giannis, it's probably going to have to be multiple team trade where the Bucks get lots of picks back because the Cavs, as you said, don't have them. So listen, looking forward to the Cavs offseason. I do have increased hopes for them after watching this trade happen. You have to. Conference finals should be
Conference finals are bust.
It should be the goal.
Yeah. It's a disappointing year if they are not in the conference finals.
Sure. Every year
with what you just said, obviously the money they pay for all these guys and the worry of Donovan Mitchell leaving. And obviously what are you doing with Harden? Yeah. Has to be. But I do wonder, how do the Knicks feel today? How do the Pistons feel? And Celtics, like, are they like, oh, James Harden? Oh, no. Or are they like, all right, we can still beat them. You know, we'll push them around, stuff like that.
Bettors are definitely feeling better about the Cleveland Cavaliers. The odds are better, as they always are right after the trade. It's time for optimism.
And Trey is right. Like, I forgot until you said it here. Like, we did do other moves here. The Keon Ellis and Dennis Schroeder, obviously guards. I mean, they got a lot of guards now, but could maybe help. I don't like DeAndre Hunter, so that's a win, getting him off your team. So we'll see.
Yeah, here's what they're going to go forward with in the playoffs. It's Harden and Mitchell in the backcourt.
Yep.
Jalen Tyson, likely their starting small forward, who's been awesome, a reason why they could easily get rid of DeAndre Hunter. Evan Mobley and our man Jared Allen in the front court. And then your second unit is Dennis Schroeder and Keon Ellis whenever they play. Shooter Sam Merrill, Naquan Tomlin, and Dean Wade sort of in your front court with Craig Porter Jr. and Lonzo Ball as ball handlers deep in the roster. That's who they are.
Yeah,
it's better than last year.
They need Mobley and Jared Allen to ball out in postseason.
Yes, they do.
That's the thing. I mean, I have faith in Mitchell. He's proven time and time again. He's when the brights get light. When the lights get bright, he can step to it.
Either way, yeah.
You know, Harden, we've gone through that. But those two guys, to me, they can't be pushed around and stuff like that. From the Clippers side of things, just on Garland here, TK. I mean, look,
that team.
We were a little surprised maybe the Clippers' willingness to take on Garland's contract, which runs through 27-28 at around $45 million, because the Clippers' initial plan that they kept saying was to have all this cap space in 2027 to chase free agents. But you said it on yesterday morning's show, you know, they have Garland. They could trade Zubats, but he's there. Let's say it'd be those two guys. That's really all on the books when you got to that point. So you like this flyer that they're taking? Not even a flyer. I mean, he is a good player when healthy, and he's 10 years younger than Harden. If the guy was leaving, then you got a pretty good prospect back.
Yeah, exactly. I think the physical is actually going to be interesting. What if the Clippers get him? They're like, these toes are messed. Send him back. That'd be wild. I don't think it'll happen, but like he's going to have to go through a physical, and we've seen trades fall apart because the team doesn't like what they see. Apparently, he is literally getting plates in his shoes to help with his balance with playing, so that he doesn't have these sort of recurring toe injuries. Because if you don't have a big toe, you can't push off. And Darius Garland is a guy who needs quickness.
Yeah.
He's so small that he needs to be a fast guy to get around, but he is 10 years younger than Harden. They do maintain cap flexibility the same way they were planning going forward. I think they'll keep Zubats. A combination of Garland and Zubats, like that works. We've seen how good bigs can be playing with Darius Garland. He made Mobley better. He made Allen better. Harden did the same for Zubats, and I think he can have the same. I think Garland can have the same effect there. He just needs to be healthy, and he needs to play. And I don't know. Maybe a fresh start is good for him. There was some tension, it feels like, between him and Donovan Mitchell. You know, Garland was there first. He became an all-star. Donovan Mitchell came to the team. It was instantly his team, and Garland had to figure out how to fit in. Now, Garland is kind of in the same spot right now, right? He's going to the Clippers, where Kawhi Leonard is their number one option. They've got some guys that are established there. He's got to fit in where he can. But long-term, this can be his team to run the offense. And he is a good offensive player when he's on the court. They just got to build smart around him. They got to have a big guard next to him to be able to guard people. That's what we saw with the Cavs. It just wasn't tenable having two little guys out there. So maybe that's good news for Tasmela's favorite, Chris Dunn, sticking around in LA as well. I just think this is a pretty smart move for the Clippers to actually get a little bit younger. Like moving off of Harden, there's not going to be a lot better players you're going to get than Darius Garland, a guy who's got a lot of question marks and is currently injured.
Totally agree. They need to go in a different direction at some point. Hopefully he just gets healthy, and they just are banking on their medical staff to be able to do that. Here come the plates. It's such an odd word to hear, plates inserted in shoes.
You don't want plates on your feet. You don't.
Yeah.
No.
But literally, hold on. The plates they're installed into the foam of the shoe, right? Like they're just these little.
I don't know. Maybe they're just new orthotics for them. You know, these guys have custom shoes.
Yeah, I think they're in the midsole. It's just a stability device. That's all it is.
I just picture them like hooping in the Forrest Gump leg braces now when you say plates and stuff like that.
I am interested.
Breaking off in the fourth quarter.
Now I can't help but look at the Bucks. All the money coming, not the Milwaukee Bucks, the dollars coming in for the Cleveland Cavaliers with James Harden there, because he has taken discounts in the past, if I'm not mistaken. Like he's shortened deals, you know, that the deal that he signed with the Clippers. Either way, it's just a player option, as we said, for next year. So he can literally cancel that out and just wait for LeBron to sign at a decent number, and then he signs. Right. You know,
LeBron would have to sign out like the Dirk-like deal, right? At the end of the Mavs, like he was getting paid like $5 million at the end of his career as a franchise guy.
Do they have their MLE, their mid-level exception? I don't know what they have.
Yeah, because they got $50 million locked in for Donovan Mitchell, 50 for Evan Mobley, and 28 for Jared Allen. So that's 128. And then you start to get to your teens, you know, with Strus, who they probably want to get rid of at some point because he's physically not right, Schroeder and all that. So, you know, even though I say there's 217 sort of locked in with a James Harden number in there, there's some work to be done, and it seems like the Cavs are up for it, making this move.
I think they're still going to be cheaper, actually, because Garland next season is making 42 in 27-28. He's 44.9, so basically 45. I think Harden will sign for less than that. He will just then get another year into 28-29, and I don't think it's going to be a bad exit for Harden here, because his exit is going to be retiring. He's almost at the end of his career.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah. He'll be 39 by then. He's not going to play that long.
You don't think at the end of his Cleveland Cavaliers tenure is not going to be fun? I mean, he's just like at some point he's just not going to be playing all that hard. History says
he's saying it's done. He'll retire.
Yeah, but 2029 is a long time from now. He hasn't been able to survive.
But they already had Garland under contract
for 2 more seasons. Yeah.
So they'll pay Harden 1 extra year. Maybe that last year when he's an expiring contract, he wants to go somewhere else. That's what happens. Go back to OKC.
History says that he's not able to last 3.5 seasons with any team besides Houston. You know, with Brooklyn, it wasn't pretty. That wasn't pretty, unfortunately. Philadelphia was 2 years. It was 2.5 with the Clippers. Brooklyn, it was literally like 1 year. That was a weird one. I think that was the closest one that James Harden was to winning a championship. It was that 2021 playoffs, second round against the Milwaukee Bucks.
It was with Chris Paul and the Rockets.
Yeah, they were
the second best team in the league that year.
Easily the second best.
They just had to play the Warriors.
Yeah, but they lost to the eventual champions when the Milwaukee Bucks in 2021 in that second round series.
They were up.
Where James Harden left game 1 and had to come back in games 4 real hobbled. They were up 2-1 in that series, and Kyrie Irving unfortunately landed on Giannis's foot and was gone for the rest of the series when Kevin Durant stepped on the three-point line in game 7. That was super, super close. If one of those guys is healthy, if Harden or Kyrie is healthy, that's the eventual champs that go on to beat the Atlanta Hawks in the conference final and then beat the Phoenix Suns. That was close, very close.
He's got a crazy what-if career, no doubt. It's going to be a part of his legacy, unfortunately. I also wonder, did he just want to get traded because he wanted to keep his streak alive of playing in the playoffs? Crossed my mind because you brought it up the other day. You're like, oh, okay, they're going to probably make their way into the play-in. Maybe they get into the playoffs, but it's like a one-and-done situation. You have a bad game and you're bounced. And he's like, he's played in the playoffs every single season. That's guaranteed to continue here. I don't think the Cavs are falling to the play-in, so that's pretty cool.
He did say that as a basketball mind, he thinks he has a better chance of winning going to the Eastern Conference. He maybe is the best player to come from the Western Conference to the Eastern Conference since Donovan Mitchell. Probably. It usually is the other way, unfortunately.
Yeah, it has been, for sure.
Brunson, I guess, went from west to east as well.
Yeah, good call. A few other notes here. Dan Feldman couldn't find a historical analog where two past All-Stars so different in age were traded primarily for each other. So this is rare where a guy's 36, the other guy's 26, basically traded for each other. They were traded for each other, and they were both former All-Stars. That's interesting. Darius, the son of former Clipper Winston Garland. That's a fun name we like to say every once in a while, especially around the holiday season. Winston Garland played, a couple years for the Clips when nobody was watching the Clips. So Darius is there now. Will he wear his dad's number? I don't know.
What was his dad's number?
I don't know. But that'd be fun.
Winston Garland. It looks like he wore number 11 for the Clippers.
And Garland's a 10?
Garland is a 10. Do they have an 11 right now?
I couldn't tell you.
Bogdanovich is 13.
What's Dunn wear? I don't know. And then
Dunn's an 8.
Is he?
Oh, Lopez. Brooke Lopez is 11.
Okay, well, sorry.
Bogdan is 10. Cam Christie is 12. What number is this man going to wear? 1? James Harden's number? Uno?
Ooh. What a roller coaster ride for the Clippers fans this season, though. This is insane what's happened. Let's just go through it. Pablo Torre breaks the aspiration scandal. So that happens. Then you get Chris Paul yelling at everybody, and everybody getting tired of it. Shut up, old man. Eventually, Lawrence Franks has to fly across the country and tell Chris Paul to get out of here. So that happened. The team is a mess. They suddenly can't play defense. They were an elite defensive team last season. Then they're bad, and they start 6-21. Oh my God, and everybody's making fun of them. Then they win their next 15 of 18 games, which has a Clipper fan forced to eat his own tweet. and then presumably what felt like out of nowhere, we get this James Harden, was it a trade request or not, getting moved here a couple days before the deadline. We still got 30 games left, and obviously the play-in or playoffs, there's still a lot of time for crazy shit to happen here. I don't know, that's a wild season, man. That's 50 games of wildness. It's not even done. We don't even know, obviously, the investigation part. We'll get to Kawhi making the All-Star team, but yeah.
I just like how they were able to keep the secret of this whole Harden thing under wraps because it's been in the works for multiple weeks, and that's why Lawrence Frank got the bank to get that extension for a long term. He's doing
Lawrence
his thing.
Frank can keep a secret.
No doubt. Pay him.
Cavs play in LA tonight versus the Clippers. By the way,
that's awesome.
I mean, these guys. I can't assume I won't assume these guys are playing, but
that's a fun part of this week. So some crazy lineups.
Oh yeah, Last night we saw some wild performances, but it's almost like, why are they even playing basketball this week? Take a week off for the deadline,
maybe.
Just let us all slop it up in the troughs,
Well, it's so weird. It's so weird to because Windhorst reported that players on both the Clippers and the Sixers, they played that game right where the Sixers got off to an 18-2 start. And they were talking pregame about Harden being traded to the Cavaliers. So everybody knew that it was going to happen eventually. It obviously affected the Clippers, and they got completely ran off the court that game. So it used to be that the trade deadline was after the All-Star game, and they're like, we can't do that because it makes it too weird at All-Star to have these guys answering questions.
Right.
It won't be too long before they're like, we can't play games during All-Star or during trade deadline week because it makes it too awkward for everybody.
Yeah.
And then we'll have ourselves a 12-month NBA season.
Yeah, right. They'll just stretch it out. All right, let's get to some of the other trades yesterday. Now, we did emergency podcasts for all of these, so I encourage you to go listen to those or watch those up on YouTube. But the three big ones there yesterday, I guess there was four major deals with the Harden Garland one, but we had the Jazz acquiring Jaren Jackson Jr. from the Grizzlies for 3 first-round picks. Bunch of players exchanged as well. Pistons added Kevin Huerter. Bulls landed Jaden Ivey in a 3-team deal. Wolves were in the mix. What are they doing? And the Bulls also dealt Nikola Vucevic to the Celtics for Anthony Simons. So, again, we've talked about them, when they were happening, sort of immediately after they happened. But after it was all said and done here, it felt like Thursday yesterday, right? That felt like the deadline yesterday.
Yeah.
But
tomorrow's going to be crazy in this studio. If we're going to be on for 6 hours with 1.5 trades. I mean, how many trades are going to happen? Teeny tiny ones.
Well, who knows? Yes. But what's the biggest winner to you from all of that action that went down on Tuesday? And you can include the Harden Garland deal if you want to, but let's talk about these other ones. Yeah.
Jaren Jackson Jr. and the Utah Jazz. Definitely the winner. They have decided, okay, we're going to build around Lauri Markkanen and Keontae George, and we need somebody out there that can help on the defensive end. While the Memphis Grizzlies also a winner in this trade because they decided Jaren Jackson Jr. is not going to be a number one guy that you can go to as a number one scorer, and we have to pick another direction. So I'm looking forward to what the Utah Jazz can have with him as being sort of a complementary offensive player. I think that only makes his defensive effort better. That's just going to help him out. He's going to look a little bit more like old Triple J that won the Defensive Player of the Year. Utah looks good. Of course, I mock how many trades are going to happen tomorrow, but the Ja Morant trade, as a result of the Memphis Grizzlies looking like a total rip down, could happen because that has to happen. But I am looking forward to Jaren Jackson Jr. being out of this role where he's just the number one offensive guy. We all can see it. It's not him, and I think it helps out his defensive prowess. And Keontae George's growth has helped Utah make that decision. And Lauri Markkanen is awesome again this year, so I'm looking forward to that team.
Okay.
I think Will Hardy's got his work cut out for him a little bit on the offensive end. I'm sure you guys saw the tweet going around from Zach Cram yesterday. There's 47 players in the NBA that average 20 or more points per game. Lauri is 47th in assists per game, and Jaren Jackson Jr. is 46th in assists per game. They don't pass the ball. These guys are out there to score, and they just aren't passers. They don't have high feel, either of them. I don't think you throw in their rebounding. 48 players, 6'10" and above. Rebounds per game, Jaren Jackson Jr., 44th. Lauri Markkanen, 32nd in rebounds per game. They're basically both forwards. Neither of them is a center, even though they can protect the rim, which is weird. It means they've got to play with a center as well. So it'll probably be Nurkic for the rest of this season. Walker Kessler, I suppose they will sign him. They didn't do an extension. And he's been a guy that everybody's been trying to trade for, but now they kind of need a player like him who can rebound and will help on the defensive end as well. They will be huge. Ace Bailey's another player for them that seems to be a key piece. He's not much of a passer either. Keontae George, score first point guard as well. Their best passer is coming off the bench in Isaiah Collier, and all he does is pass. So I think it's going to be interesting to see how Will Hardy makes these pieces fit together, but I still think this is good for the Jazz. They needed to take a little bit of a step forward being stuck in neutral here after the Gobert and Mitchell trades. I'm not really sure about the ceiling for this team if you're committing a bunch of money to Markkanen, to Jaren Jackson Jr., Keontae George, and going forward, Ace Bailey. In the Western Conference, I don't know how they compete with the top level teams. They don't have a Wemby. They don't have a Jokic. It's going to be tough, but they're going to be better than they were heading into yesterday for sure.
Yeah, I know the Utah Jazz fans were all over me saying Ace Bailey is a great player, and I kind of poked at the idea that maybe they could trade him for Cedric Coward because they just weren't happy about their whole draft results from last year. But the idea is that their front office is making a good move and not going into each and every draft thinking we're going to do it. I mean, they're just not defining or acting out the definition of insanity and going into the draft and saying, oh, we're going to do it again because they're number one, their draft slots haven't worked out. Their draft picks haven't worked out. Ace Bailey could easily work out, but I am looking forward to the Utah Jazz just being a different team. And Jaren Jackson Jr., yes, sliding down to the 4, I think is key. When he won Defensive Player of the Year, it was Steven Adams beside him for most of the year, starting there until Steven Adams got hurt. That would be ideal. They are going huge, like the NBA is going with a lot of situations. Monstrous. So yeah, they got some. It's a good breakdown of their ability to pass. There's no doubt. But Jaren Jackson Jr., I think, is not quite the going into the Bam Adebayo role, but that direction of a player, not having to be a scorer. And it happened naturally in the offense, and rather than just going through Triple J.
Yeah, Will Hardy is a scheme master for sure. Like he knew how to get the most out of Markkanen, get him the ball moving. Because I mean, Markkanen's not like a good handle or anything like that, but he's quick and he's big. So if he gets the ball with a runway, he's going to be able to score inside. And I think that's how he gets a lot of his baskets. I assume they'll do something similar with Jaren Jackson Jr. And the fact that both of them shoot the ball really well, that helps with spreading the court. It is weird, though, to put two guys out there that are 6'10", that are both good shot blockers, and neither of them are centers. How is that possible?
Yeah. They are a big-ass team. Even Ace Bailey himself is like a 6'9" shooting guard, right? And, like, give him time. The kid's 19 years old. He's played, like, less than 50 games. I think he's obviously going to grow into a much more talented player. But, yeah, they're the Utah Jazz. They have to do moves like these. Like, this is, like,
totally true.
The part of it. They're not signing anybody. They got to go make trades for Lauri Markkanen, who they turned into an all-star and has really blossomed. They got to do it for Jaren Jackson Jr. It's a risk, but they had enough draft capital from other teams. So they're like, we can do this. And good on the Grizzlies for, like, pulling the ripcord sort of right away before Jaren Jackson Jr. maybe potentially would become untradeable because of his contract.
Yes.
Going up to $50 million. Maybe him not giving all the effort because he doesn't love the surroundings and all that. Like they did it, I think, at the right time here.
Yeah.
Got a decent package back. Got some, players. Maybe Walton Clayton Jr. is something for them. So, yeah, that was a good one. I think most people were sort of high on that from both sides. Understood it from both sides.
Smart timing for Triple J to go out. They maxed out what they get from him. And as well, they're a similar situation to Utah where they're not a free agent destination. That's just not who they are. So they got to do it through the draft.
Yeah.
And so this was a good pick.
And then any other thoughts on the 3-team deal there involving your Bulls or the Bulls moving Vucevic for Anthony Simons?
I got Vucevic as a winner of yesterday's trades. Like, warts and all, he's still an upgrade for Boston.
Yes.
Even if he only is replacing Luka Garza off the bench, he's a better version of Luka Garza, though I was laughing that Luka Garza somehow has better rim protection numbers than Nikola Vucevic. If you shoot at the rim, 67% of the time, you're scoring. If it's Garza, but 68% of the time you're scoring if it's Vucevic. It's a guaranteed basket.
Those are high numbers.
Yeah, they are basically the worst numbers in the league. I'm sure Nurkic is up there too. Guys that are 7-footers that actually can't jump. But this is the best team that Vooch is ever going to play for. He can't switch. He can't defend the rim, but he can shoot threes. Mm-hmm. And he's got feel. He can catch the ball at the top of the key and swing it to the other side. He can beat a guy inside if there's a switch. He's got nice touch. He's got nice hook shots. Yep. He rebounds. I think Keita will still be the center of choice for the Celtics just because of his switchiness and the athleticism that he brings, the rim runs that he brings that draw eyes. So I think this is good for the Celtics. Simons was not a long-term piece for them. Got him a little bit cheaper. They still have to make another move if they really want to do their apron dance. That would cost them Sam Hauser, basically, which kind of is an important player for the Celtics. But if they're assuming Tatum's going to come back, all good.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to see Vooch out there shooting threes. It's going to be natural. They're going to score a lot of points. I guess they're going to try and outscore teams strictly because of that. Because if he's out there on the floor, they're going to give up points. There's no doubt. But I called him a poor man's Al Horford yesterday, in part because he's going to this Boston situation that is the best team that he's played on. And Al Horford, after playing an extremely long time with the Atlanta Hawks, he went to Boston and for one tenure, then went back there and absolutely loved playing there, loved being in that organization, loved being in that arena. Can those fans, can that organization get Vooch to just try just a little bit harder on the defensive end, just to get a little bit more out of him, just a little bit more out of him, because they're obviously going to cover for him at all times.
They have to. They are going to have to.
That's their defensive mindset, and they're good at that. I mean, that's what they are good at. Brown and Derek White, they're all going to have to do that. And I just want to see if he falls in love with Boston the way Al Horford did, and maybe late in his career, just playing, 18, 20 minutes a game. We're not going to ask a lot of him, but to be out there and give a little bit more effort. And like Al won in year 17, maybe Nick can do it too. A couple of years from now, he's in year 15, I think.
He's been around a long time.
Year 15.
Yes, and this, like we talked about on the emergency podcast, like you said, first real good team here, could win his first playoff series with Boston. He has never made it out of the first round. He's barely been there. What did we say? He played like 15 or 16
He's played
total
a lot of
playoff
game
games.
series.
Yeah, so they'll have a pretty good chance here in Boston. Our guy Paul Flannery wrote in his newsletter on Substack, the Celtics began the summer trapped in second apron hell and are now safely below the first apron line without having to give up any first-round picks, while also remaining tied for second in the East standings. That's pretty mind-boggling. That's good
impressive.
work. That's tip of the cap to Brad Stevens, who has a fun list of deals he's made since taking over for Danny Ainge in the summer of 2021. These are all the trades Brad Stevens has done. Kemba Walker for Al Horford, your beloved Al Horford. Romeo Langford, there's a name I had forgotten about, for Derek White. Aaron Neesmith for Malcolm Brogdon. Marcus Smart and Friends for Kristaps Porzingis. Malcolm Brogdon and the Time Lord for Drew Holiday. Porzingis for George Niang, the minivan. Drew Holiday for Anthony Simons, and now Anthony Simons for Nikola Vucevic. Pretty good work there from Bradley.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's solid work there.
Yeah, that is good.
Most intriguing trade deadline slop remaining. What's left in the trough that's got you interested? TK, we'll start with you here.
Real quick, I did have one other winner. OKC Thunder had a huge day yesterday. The Jazz got better. Their pick is top 8 protected. Currently, they're 6th in odds. There's a chance that one now goes to the Thunder because the Jazz are going to be better.
Maybe.
For the remainder of the season, they've got 3 fewer wins now than Dallas, Milwaukee, and Memphis. Memphis will be worse. Milwaukee, we shall see what ends up happening. They're not that good right now. Anyways, and Dallas is pretty competitive in these games, so they will have a toss-up on whether they win or lose. Also, the Clippers got worse yesterday. Their pick goes to the Thunder, and currently it's 12th. So, great day for the Thunder.
My God.
Just sitting back. Now they're going to end up with 2 top 10 lottery picks. Crazy.
Yeah.
Most intriguing trade deadline slop, though, definitely is Draymond Green. He sounds resigned to being traded at this point. He's giving interviews to ESPN saying, am I upset about it? Not at all. If trade me is what's best for this organization, that's what's best for this organization. He told his son he might be traded. He said, I've been here 13 and a half years. I don't know that it ends at 13 and a half, but if it does, what an effing run it's been. He told California Post he wants to play with LeBron. Mark Stein is saying that Golden State is willing to include Draymond, Podziemski, Kuminga, and their picks for Giannis. At the very least, it feels like Draymond thinks he's going to be traded.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know if he's actually if that's going to get the deal done for Giannis, but it's pretty weird to see a guy with the pedigree that Draymond has, a one-team guy up to this point, kind of being like, yeah, they're going to trade me away, and they should.
Yep, he is being totally open to it. I think Klay Thompson set a good example with him leaving this incredible organization and being totally comfortable with it. Draymond Green has to be the same. Obviously, it's not the exact same scenario. Klay left as a free agent. That being said, it's very similar. So Dre's talking a good game. We'll see if the trade actually happens. He may have to be playing. But Giannis as a possibility to go to Minnesota is incredibly intriguing to me. I can't help but look at it and think Giannis and Anthony Edwards, perfect match for their window here. A team that we all know just... Even though they've come into 2 straight conference finals, they just don't have that extra guy. And so this could be the guy. It's a different scenario. I think it's optimal scenario for Giannis. They're a situation where they haven't won, but this guy could make them win. And so I think it's just a perfect match. But the trade is very, very difficult to make happen.
What is the trade? I am
several
still struggling to understand what an actual Timberwolves trade is, though.
They need another team.
I get that for draft capital. But what's coming back to Milwaukee? What, at the end of the day, after Giannis leaves, what do they have left holding? What are they? Like their own picks back? Is that a part of it? It could be, right? Who's got half of those? The Blazers?
Yeah. Okay. Hawks, I guess, have a little chunk.
Other picks from teams, I get it. Is it, where's Jaden McDaniels? Isn't he the one that gets the picks for it? I'm just I love it. It's intriguing, but I'm like, what? I don't know. I want to see it to really wrap my head around it.
Yeah.
And that's why it feels unlikely and more like we've discussed. If it happens before tomorrow's deadline, I still think it's Golden State, Miami And maybe that's just me going because I can see what the actual deals are. I can see the draft capital. I can say, oh, okay, yeah. Maybe Collier Ware is that guy or Kuminga is that guy and Podziemski, whatever. But I'm struggling with this.
You want to see it. You want to physically.
Bit.
I understand.
Yeah.
I understand that's how my mind works too. But these guys in their front offices and Tim Connolly has the ability to make multiple guys. It may not just be a third team. It could be 4 teams.
Yeah, absolutely. And a lot of people with that trade yesterday, the Mike Conley of it all, getting off of that, opening up a spot. They feel like they're doing something or trying to do something.
Yeah. The difficult part when you start saying Minnesota and Milwaukee is who are they trying to get off Minnesota's roster? That's the very difficult part, right? Is it Rob Dillingham? Is it Naz Reid? Is it Julius Randle? Or is Jaden McDaniels going there or somewhere else? Yeah, it's not all that promising when you say it that way.
Let's pretend that the Bucks don't care about draft picks, which of course is silly. But let's just pretend for a second. Would you trade, if you're the Wolves, you're trading Jaden McDaniels and Naz Reid for Giannis?
Yes.
Yeah, immediately.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
Immediately, right. The Bucks, though, are like, where's the picks?
Oh, yeah, of course.
So
yeah.
It's like, go get
But
him.
apparently, I mean, according to Mark Stein, they do like McDaniels. They see him as a future all-star type. I mean, a lot of guys make the all-star team in the Eastern Conference.
Yeah.
And he's having a great offensive season.
He's only 25 years old.
He's young.
Yeah.
And, I mean, like, positionally, he's a forward. Giannis would be a forward for that team. I think, like, Giannis, Julius Randle, and Rudy Gobert is a pretty wonky combination at year 3, 4, 5. So perhaps Randle has to be shipped somewhere else that gets some sort of trade or some sort of draft picks back, and then they can do McDaniels plus picks. I don't know. It's strange though to see Milwaukee or Minnesota in the lead for Giannis, quote unquote, not knowing who they would trade except for that they would potentially throw McDaniels in there.
Yeah.
Fine.
It is odd.
And then we get like conflicting reports, whether they're true or not. Like Giannis doesn't want to go to a team where he's sort of not the alpha, right? Or it's not his team, so to speak. Where if you're going to Minnesota,
I don't buy that.
It's more Ant's team, and then he's alongside with them.
I don't really buy that.
You don't buy
he
that,
was
okay.
comfortable playing with Damian Lillard, who is very much a similar alpha type.
Yeah, but it's also Giannis's team, his franchise that the guy comes and joins.
But he won a ship.
Not saying I believe it either.
Yeah, I'm not with it. I think he's totally fine with it. I think Julius Randle would have to be part of the deal because he's $30 million, and Giannis does make $54 million. One question I do have with Giannis leading into the trade deadline is his Instagram posts. I didn't really get this one. I mean, it seems like he's forcing this play on words list, like something I would do here. He said, "No pencil, but I'm still drawing all the attention." Yeah, I don't like it. It's a forced
Giannis
job.
has changed, man. He's changed. He's been in America too long. He's
been in America.
He carries himself like a superstar. Yeah. More so than he
is a superstar. Oh, okay.
Exactly. He used to be like, smoothies. I like having sex with my wife.
Lovable kid.
And now he's like doing cryptic Instagram posts. That's what I mean by he's been an American superstar for too long.
Hey, listen, he still talks about having sex with his wife. This year, I think I wouldn't say he's been in America too long. I think he's definitely more like a superstar. He's letting himself go. With the thumbs down to his fans. He's starting to say,
it's all part of it.
I'm done. Kind of thing. More so, like he's just extremely open about what he wants here this year, more so than ever. That's for sure.
Bold trade deadline prediction as we get close to basically 24 hours left on the clock. I guess 24 plus. What do you got? Yeah, I guess we got a running clock behind us.
28 hours.
JD said it's not perfect though. It's like 90 seconds off or something. I don't know.
Don't do the pretty accurate.
Yeah, it's a little bit off. But
that's accurate.
Close enough. Yeah,
but it's a little bit off.
Oh, the second. What, the seconds? Literally the seconds.
It's a little bit off.
A minute off, maybe.
Anyway, do you have a bold trade deadline prediction? Call your shot.
I'm going to be just realistic here. I don't think Michael Porter Jr. is getting moved.
Okay.
It seems like it would be a good time to move on from Michael Porter Jr. This team is 3-17 in their last 20. Why not get the most that you can get for Michael Porter Jr. in return? Because he is balling this year. But he is a guy who could still be had in the offseason. So there's that possibility. But this team is bad. As I was looking at the Michael Porter Jr. possibility of him being moved, you look up and down Nets roster, there's guys to be had. There's been lots of talk about the Raptors and getting Day'Ron Sharpe. There's Cam Johnson coming off the bench as is it $6 million? It's a tiny contract.
Cam Thomas.
Yeah. Sorry. I've got Cam Thomas coming off the bench, being a sixth man, just scorer.
Yeah, remember him?
If you're looking for that. Yeah, people forget that. Anyway, I don't think Michael Porter Jr. is going anywhere, unfortunately. You can start to talk yourself into Michael Porter Jr. helping out good teams.
Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah,
he won a title.
Yeah, he did win a title.
Especially after
we'll get to Colin Gillespie later. He also won a title.
The Pistons, after they got Kevin Huerter, it felt like, okay, maybe they're not in the Michael Porter Jr. running here anymore, at least leading up to the deadline. What about you? What do you got?
Okay, I don't know if this one's a bold one. Heat are going to throw everything into a trade to try and get Giannis. They are really struggling. 9-10 in 2026. They've lost to Orlando, Chicago, and the Hawks last night, all in the last 2 weeks. Like, they need a shot in the arm.
Yeah.
And they've been trying to get a star for, feels like, since they got Jimmy Butler. They haven't been able to pull it off. So I think they will make the best offer for Giannis at the deadline. We'll see if the Bucks take it. But my real bold trade deadline prediction, Ja Morant to the Kings for Zach LaVine, plus a fake first. Sacramento has San Antonio's 2027 first. If it falls within 1 through 16, it goes to, of course, Oklahoma City if it's in 17 through 30. But if you're the Grizzlies, you can say, we got back an all-star in Zach LaVine and a first-round pick. It's very confusing if you go to the Real GM Future Drafts page to understand exactly how that Spurs first-round pick conveys, in that it likely won't unless Wemby goes down with an injury during the 26-27 season and the Spurs end up having to tank it out. But at least you can tell to your fans, we got back a decent return for our face of the franchise.
Okay.
That's how bad the values are for Ja Morant.
Yes.
Is what you're saying. Yeah. Yes. That will be a realization for everybody. It'll be not quite Trae Young-like. It's with CJ McCollum and Corey Kispert going back, but similar to that, I think. I do want to say about the Miami Heat, it's a weird time for them. Yesterday I was watching their game. They got that bad graphics package. It still looks horrible to start the game. NBA TV flashbacks for me. But watching that and seeing no Hero, no Wiggins, no Norman Powell. They're just odd lineups going out there right here, right now. And I want to make one bold prediction. It's got a little Heat connection. Kevin Love, who was a monster for that team, I think he goes back to Cleveland just to be that guy in the locker room, just to help out. That's Tom Haberstroh brought that up. I'm like, I know it's not fun for anybody, but Cavs they want that. They want that guy around.
My bold prediction is, let's say 2 of the 3 following names are going to be moved from the same squad today or tomorrow. Bobby Portis, Kyle Kuzma, Miles Turner. So it's all Giannis talk, but they're going to trade him. It's just a matter of when at this point. You might as well tear it all down and try and get as many draft picks or young players that you can in return. Really start the rebuild in earnest. So I think Kuzma had a big game last night. That maybe a Portis, a Kuzma, a Turner. 2 of the 3. I guess they could be involved in a Giannis trade. That's a possibility, but they won't be there. We'll see if that comes true. All right, let's take a break, and when we come back, we'll talk a little basketball and a whole bunch of All-Star Weekend news.
It's the last call for football on FanDuel. One final Sunday, one last kickoff, the final chance to place your bets before the NFL season closes its tab. I've been meaning to ask you guys this. Some I've had on my mind. You think Khyiris Tonga will score a touchdown?
Ooh, yeah. And then he does a dance?
Yeah, he would. He would celebrate.
No.
Well, over on FanDuel, it's plus 7,500 that the Patriots' nose tackle scores a touchdown. So, yeah, that's a risky one.
Yeah.
I did check his football reference page. Part of the sports reference suite of pages.
Yeah.
0 career touchdowns for Khyiris Tonga.
Never done it.
Never done it.
So why is he even an option then?
Hey, I just read the ads.
What do you know, Mike Vrabel?
Yeah, what do you know?
Yeah.
You gonna do a cool move? You gonna do a William Refrigerator Perry? Hand it off?
That was awesome.
Inside? No, that wasn't awesome.
Oh, well.
Should have gave it to Walter Payton.
That's true. Fair enough. But
As a 2-year-old, I was furious about that. Anyways, this is Super Bowl 60, and FanDuel is making sure you're in on it. If you're a new customer, bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets if you win. So whether you're backing the favorite, riding with the underdog, or building one last same-game parlay, get in on it! Because after the Super Bowl, season's over, and football is officially done. Last call for football on FanDuel, an official sportsbook partner of Super Bowl 60. Visit FanDuel.com/podcast to get started.
Okay, we've done enough trade deadline madness for this show at least. Let's talk a little hoops. We had 10 games on last night. You said we had some weird rosters out there, some crazy performances, no doubt. Did you have a favorite game from Tuesday's 10-game slate?
Watching Pistons Nuggets in Detroit was exciting because this could be a finals preview. You never know what could happen. I was watching Denver to see Christian Braun come back. They literally were missing 3 starters going into this game. Nice to have one of them come back. He looks athletic. That's what they need, athleticism. So there's that side was good. It was just fun because there were some odd shots going down. Ron Holland banking home a 3. I didn't mean that. And then a Ron Holland corner 3 that he let go, hit the backboard and went over the rim. I mean, that's just rare. Cade Cunningham on a fast break. Jokic turns his back and Cade just shoves that back and scores. Tobias Harris with the 2-bouncer.
Oh, that
bounce
was
Tobias.
wild. That was a big shot, too.
Yeah.
When the Nuggets were coming back. That was a crazy looking shot.
Minute 45
from
left.
From the corner,
Hit that front rim, goes straight up, goes right back down and goes in. That's why they call him 2-bounce Tobias. So that was just a fun game.
Yeah.
Lots to get to, but I'm done with my one there. I think that was just, it was good. It was good to see Nuggets get that guy back and Christian Braun. They're looking for guys to come off the bench. I mean, Julian Strawther was really good, I thought, in this game to help out. They need athleticism. They got some of it back.
Yeah, it was cool to see Jokic and Valanciunas on the court at the same time as Beef Stew and Jalen Durham.
Yeah.
That's like a throwback sort of look. All those giants out there.
JV had Beef Stew in a headlock and for a little bit, and that got everybody all pissed off. Yeah. Isaiah Stewart, I thought, handled it pretty well.
He's
interesting.
Grown up.
Yeah.
First guy to scare Beef Stew? JV?
I mean, that would do it.
Big dude. That's a huge dude. I enjoyed the duel. In our pick'em game, Dallas versus Boston, Cooper Flagg went for 36, 9, and 6 in a loss against the Celtics. Only 6 assists, but he had 14 potential assists. He was just setting up his Dallas teammates for 3-pointers. Unfortunately, they went 9 of 32 from 3, which is why the Celtics ended up winning. But 3 straight 30-plus point games for Cooper Flagg. He's the first teenager ever to do that. This guy is awesome, as advertised. Wait until he learns how to shoot 3-pointers because he's knocking him down in these past 3 games, and it makes him look even more lethal. He's just got such great poise and control. He plays through so much contact. Eventually, he'll start getting a superstar whistle, and then he'll be averaging 30 a game. And it's not going to take that long for him to be doing that.
Jalen Brown was complaining to the referee that he's already getting that superstar whistle. He's a rookie. He's getting all these free throws. He could have easily got more calls.
Yeah, I wonder, the more you see of him, should Dallas be like, okay, any trade where we got Anthony Davis going out, maybe eventually Kyrie Irving going out, it's like, sure, picks are great, but like, let's get some talent around this guy immediately here, because it ain't taking long, like you're saying, to sort of level up here and suddenly be a superstar, all-star, all-NBA guy. Like, it's not taking long. It could be as early as next year. No doubt.
Oh, definitely.
If he gets more talent around him, too. So I just wonder if that changes sort of what they're thinking about or looking for. There's no, like, at a certain point, you don't need to slow play it too much. It's like, okay, let's go.
Yeah.
We got our guy. Let's go.
The way things are happening, like Anthony Davis being so injury prone is working out perfect for the Mavericks this year in that they're still losing games. They're still going to get a good draft pick, but they didn't have to trade Anthony Davis. Eventually, Kyrie Irving will come back. Maybe it's not until next season, but he's an awesome fit next to Cooper because he was an awesome fit next to LeBron. And guess what? Cooper plays a lot like LeBron. He's not necessarily as much of a passer, I don't think, though he is a good passer. LeBron just is a preternatural setup man. And Kyrie was a perfect blend as, like, sometimes he's the lead guy, but he's also a great catch and shoot player. I can't wait to see them play together. Davis in his 40 games will look awesome next to Cooper Flagg, and they'll get a good draft pick this year. Pretty cool. Also, Jalen Brown was hooping last night, too. 33, 11 rebounds, 3 assists. He was named Eastern Conference Player of the Month. Sorry, Eric Collins. And then Jalen Brown complained, I was better in December anyways. That's pretty awesome.
I think he's right.
This guy, he says, but who's counting?
I guess you are.
Exactly. He keeps tabs on what people are saying about him. But 50 games into the season, basically, for Jalen Brown, shooting 47% from 3 feet from the rim out to the 3-point line. That is Dirk Nowitzki career averages. He's been a killer in the mid-range. We're giving a lot of credit to Brad Stevens for the moves he made during the offseason to trim the payroll for the Celtics, but really the only reason they're second in the East is because Jaylen Brown has had an MVP-like season.
Yeah. No,
oh, yeah.
100% true. I also went with the Pistons beating the Nuggets as my favorite game. 124-121, so close finish. It got close at the end. Awesome second quarter from Detroit, though, where they outscored the Nuggets 37-23, and they led by 19 at the half. Cunningham was amazing in the first half. 17 and 7, I think he had in the first half. And I love the defense that they were throwing at Jokic. Like, he would do his thing where, like, he would start to back up and turn his back, obviously, to the net. And a couple times they got him. Ron Holland came in, poked it out. Asar Thompson got one, and then they were off to the races. That team in transition is fun as hell, too. Because, like, you guys got the big guys screaming to the net, and then you got, like, a Duncan Robinson going to the three-point line, and, like, they got a little bit of everything. And, like, the more I watch them, I'm watching these games against good teams because you're like, look, it seems far-fetched. This team is going to go from not winning a playoff series all the way to the finals. Like, what? But then, you know, I want to see how they go against these teams. It's like, more and more I watch them, I'm like, maybe. Again, that is a huge ask to make that jump, but they're so good. And we're now at, 50 games in? Basically, I think they played 49. And we're well over the halfway mark at this point.
No, they were showing a graphic that they've got the second most wins through 50 games. Oh, they are 37-12? I'm surprised by that. Maybe it's just projecting when they get to 50. It's like the second most in their career, or their franchise history. Anyways, doesn't matter. They're 37-12. They're 37-12. Yeah, they're going up against the other 50 game seasons. They're that good. But in the playoffs, things, the brights are lighter, as you said.
The brights are lighter.
Yeah, it is a little different.
Even the Thunder had to lose in the playoffs before they went to the finals.
I know.
So we shall see. Also got to give a quick shout out to Isaiah Collier. 17 points, 22 assists, and only 2 turnovers in a full 48 minutes for the Jazz. They did the trade for Jaren Jackson Jr., so they didn't have a ton of guys available, so he played the entire 48 minutes, most assists in a game so far this season, and he is the most pass-first point guard in the league so far this year. Unbelievable to me when I checked it. 303 field goal attempts for Isaiah Collier, 303 assists.
Wow.
That's pretty impressive.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and I mean, you can tell with the way he plays. He's like a quick athlete, but he's not super explosive vertically. He's a shorter guy. He's a stockier guy. So he gets to the rim and just kick out. Kind of Rondo style, like where he almost doesn't want to take a layup sometimes, finding teammates out on the edge. But yeah, that's a crazy stat line. First 20 assist game so far in the league.
They only had 7 guys play. I think Nurkic had to be on the roster to get to 8, but he didn't play. Coach's decision. Kevin Love had an illness. Anyway. What a line. Yeah, 22 assists. You don't see that all too often. What do we call it? Applesauce. That's applesauce from Collier, yeah. And they won.
It's a good win.
And they won.
The Pacers were like, that was an unethical tank job.
Yeah.
I mean, Siakam has played a lot this season, but they shut down everybody in this game. They're like, no. We want to help our chances for a superstar to go along with our Halliburton and our Siakam because they played nobody.
Yeah, I thought there could be a Hawks trade coming. Speaking of a guy that looked like he was going to play, finally Kristaps Porzingis he's off the list. He's active. Then all of a sudden, illness. He had to sit out that Hawks Heat game. It was actually kind of fun. They did the 20-year celebration of their championship team. I don't know why they're doing it now here in February, but it was a great halftime ceremony. It started with Shaq talking, saying, "Oh yeah, I promised 2 of you guys a Bentley when we won the championship. I didn't get it for you, but here they are." And they're remote control Bentleys.
Yeah.
Pretty funny.
It was for Wade and Haslam, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That was pretty funny.
Everybody loved it. Are you not entertained? He dropped to the audience. It was fun. Good time.
Okay, let's get into some All-Star talk here. We finally know the team rosters for the 2026 NBA All-Star Game. Team World, composed of international players, and Karl Anthony Towns, who does play for the Dominican Republic in FIBA basketball. Sorry, Norm. Cat gets to go over with the Team World. So there's the roster there. Giannis will very likely not be playing. He's got other things to do over All-Star Weekend. We'll get to that in a second. But the 2 U.S. teams, they didn't draft them. They just said, let's do a young team, let's do an old team.
That's right.
Yeah, it's sort of sad. But anyway, USA Stars You have Scotty Barnes, Booker, who's actually quite old at this point, but anyway, he's with the young guys. Cade Cunningham, Jalen Duren, Ant, Chet, Jalen Johnson, and Tyrese Maxey. And then the USA Stripes, the older guys, Jaylen Brown, Jalen Brunson, Curry, Durant, LeBron. Kawhi Leonard was added to the All-Star team yesterday. Donovan Mitchell and Norman Powell. So you've seen those two teams. Now, we did the draft. We actually did the draft. We had a lot more fun with this than just like, here's the teams. But which one is better, or who do you think has a better chance to beat the world when we get to All-Star Weekend? Stars or Stripes?
Oh, I got to ride with Stripes.
Okay.
They got Steph, KD, and LeBron.
That's good.
That's what I did yesterday.
That's right. There was some similarity in the way
I thought so too.
In the draft.
Yeah,
a little couple different guys.
Yeah,
but.
Not totally the same, but having those three on the same team made it feel like my draft as well. And we saw them beat the world last year, so I like it.
Okay.
Yeah, here's a conspiracy theory.
2 years ago.
These Stripes were set up to win this whole thing because they don't have to play in that first game, that first quarter that you sit. And that's the worst part.
Interesting.
You sit in the first game, or you play in the first game, then you got to sit. This team goes and plays the second game, then plays the third game, then plays the fourth game. So back to back quarters.
Isn't that bad for the old guys? Don't they want a break?
I hear what you're saying, but literally you could be sitting for 45 minutes. You could be sitting a long time. So they're ready to win this thing.
Not wrong.
I mean, yeah, to have them there, go forward in those games, they're going to be on the floor. This is good. This is good for NBC. This is good for the fans of the Olympics. The most recognizable names are on the Stripes. So that's their conspiracy theory for today. I think it's a good one.
I love
think
this
it's
other
real.
theory. I forget the name of the person that hit me up on social media, but they said, do you think it's possible that Team World makes it to the championship game and the USA rosters actually combine together to try and take them down? So maybe you have your Curry, KD, and LeBron, but then you get some of the other guys from the start. I like this theory, like Team Voltron here, if the world is rolling. It'd be fun as hell. Fun little wrinkle. I don't think they'll do that, but just because they'd have to have more jerseys, I guess, made. But anyway, fun idea. Did you like that they just assigned the teams to age here? And there was sort of very little fanfare with this? Or don't care? I mean,
so the other way would be to pick them.
Yeah.
Like have each of these coaches pick them.
Well, not coaches. I mean, well, sure, coaches, the NBC team if you want. I mean, anybody, like we did.
Adam Silver.
Yeah. I don't know. They sort of just like, we're like, all right, here they are. And some people I'm sure are like, who cares? That's fine. This is fun. Young guys, old guys. Just like we ended up with last year when Kenny, Charles, and Shaq did their whole fine tuning of those rosters, I think. Yeah. Anyway, we basically got to the same thing we had last year is my point here.
Yeah.
Yes, we did.
But
I'm okay with it.
Okay.
They didn't make it more convoluted by just doing it. You know, we have Eastern Conference All-Stars, Western Conference All-Stars. No, actually, they're Stripes, they're Stars. Like they just would have added this extra layer that would made it more complicated, made it more like, what are these guys talking about? Now they're just teams. They're playing basketball. Fans who watch the Olympics will say, "Whoa, this is happening. Oh, basketball, that's good."
And what about this hilarity of determining Karl Anthony Towns was going to be the one guy to go play for Team World, who he was born in Jersey to a Dominican mom, plays for DR internationally, so there is that. But Norman Powell, born in San Diego to a Jamaican father, plays for Jamaica internationally. So they just put Cat there and then add Kawhi Leonard as another American All-Star.
Dumb weird.
Yeah. Any thoughts on this?
I mean, a good way to address snubs, I guess.
It really is.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it was. Adam Silver's like, I got a plan here in case things go awry. I know how to add one guy.
I guess so. So you said it already, Tass. We can put up the format, JD. It is a round robin mini tournament. 4 12-minute games. So it is, somewhat quick games here. And Tass said it. It is the younger guys, the American younger guys, take it on the world first, and then the winner moves on, take on the Stripes, and then obviously the Stripes stay out there and take on the losers of that game one, and then we get to the championship game. It could come down to point differential if they all go 1-1, though.
Wow,
wouldn't that be crazy?
I hope it comes down to point differential.
Me too.
Imagine you're Norman Powell. You work your whole life to finally become an all-star, and suddenly you're in all Stripes.
Yeah, I know. Damn, it's gotta hurt. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to how long it takes for the gap between games. Oh, the gap is the biggest problem. when we had Joe Dumars here on the show last year. I asked him, I'm a little worried about how long it's going to take in between games. Is that an issue? He said, nah, they got to figure it out. He didn't know. He didn't know that Kevin Hart, Mr. Beast, everybody starts doing their own thing. Right. And it was literally, I couldn't believe how long it was. I still can't believe it.
Don't you think that's going to be the case again?
Well, yeah. Yes, and that's the scary part. Yeah. But, I mean, some of it's going to be trimmed out. I don't think Mr. Beast is doing a giveaway. I don't know. Kevin Hart's not going to be there. The whole
don't say that.
Yeah, I know.
You do not say that.
The whole TNT.
More likely he will be there.
Say that.
The whole TNT thing. We're saying goodbye to TNT because it's their last season as TNT.
Yeah, that did add a lot of time. Right.
That won't be there.
But now we have to say hello. Now we have to say hello to the NBC crew.
Oh, to the NBC crew.
We do.
Oh, but we have to say hello to the ESPN crew.
We gotta say
Ernie,
hello to a lot
Chuck,
of
and
people.
Shaq.
Oh,
not really.
No.
That's not theirs. But they're a new broadcaster, right?
Yeah.
No, they're
ESPN.
not. Either way.
ESPN only gets the Celebrity Game and Rising Stars Game. They only get Friday night stuff.
Yes.
The rest goes to Team Peacock and NBC.
Hopefully it's quick in between games.
Yeah. Let's show you the court too. They unveiled the court for the 75th NBA All-Star Game. And rumor has it Matt Austin designed this floor with all these triangular patterns. Really went to work. I've seen Matt Austin do this doodle.
He's a doodler.
And they just said, that's a nice doodle, Matt Austin. Let's make that into a court. No, I mean, look, it's okay. It's okay. I don't have really any complaints with it. It's very busy. I'll say that.
You think they found an Austin doodle up in our old office when they were cleaning out the NBA TV studios? Whoa, this may look nice.
Well, look, Matt Austin lives in LA. They're like, that'd be a nice nod.
Wow, consultant. Great consultant fee.
Any other thoughts? Are you okay with it?
Yeah, very triangly.
Yeah.
I like it looks like there's a pathway from the right wing to the hoop. Just hop on that runway and do a dunk.
Whatever happened to playing on LED courts?
Whatever happened to that?
We had it in Indiana or Indianapolis. They had to put it in the football stadium because the damn thing was too big. And I'm like, I don't know. I thought we were off and running with LED courts. And they said, no, back to the wood.
Back to the wood. Yeah. Who is the new Joe Dumars? Like, who's going to be the guy that's out there hyping up this All-Star game? Snoop Dogg? You think it's Snoop Dogg?
That's a great question.
I almost
James Jones is the guy who
James Jones is the guy who took over the Joe spot.
But,
I almost think they're doing a good job of not hyping up too much this All-Star
They're doing a good job.
We have the USA World. They're like almost like, that's good enough. That'll be fun for you. We're during the Olympics. We're on earlier in the day. Come kick it with us. And like, they're not overhyping it too much. Like, we're still waiting on our fourth dunker in the dunk contest for Saturday night. I think Con Knipple has been confirmed for the 3-point shooting contest. That's fun. Good addition.
Great addition.
Knipple triple.
I think he's the only name that I've seen so far.
Yeah.
But we do have the 2026 Ruffles NBA All-Star Celebrity Game list, guys. Star-studded roster. We got celebrities from all walks of entertainment and sports, including music, film, TV, Disney, Marvel, the MLB, NFL, and more. Look at the coaches, though. Giannis and his brothers, along with Dodgers star Mookie Betts. And on the other side, we got actor, comedian Anthony Anderson, lethal shooter, and Chris Brickley. They're going to serve as coach. How many goddamn coaches do we fucking need for an all-star celebrity game? It's like bigger than the roster.
It's amazing.
Any takeaways from what you're seeing here, Tass? Did you know all the names?
Of course not.
No? Okay.
Cafu, I know that Brazilian soccer player.
Nice call.
Yes. Baller. I need to pull it up again because I saw some good ones. I mean, there's some good ones.
Some good names.
I was just tracking back to our not to pat ourselves on the back, but the good old days of the basketball Jones, where we had the backdrop. Remember, with the different shapes, I was thinking, were those triangles?
Some triangles. We did have some triangles on that mural. You're right.
Mucho triangles. We had some good triangles. As far as these rosters they're all right. Am I being naive and just looking forward to it?
Hey, look, you got a little bit of everything.
They got a lot of stars.
We even got some governors in there.
And Rick and Matt.
Yeah, right. Right. Oh, yes, Rick. I forgot about Rick Schnall. What do you think here, TK?
I can't wait to see Jason Williams throw an elbow pass to Nicholas Van Steenberg. Right?
Yeah.
That's what we're all thinking. No, I'm like Taz. I had to Google half these names.
Yeah, we're
old.
Like
Taylor, Frankie, Paul. Another Paul brother?
Nope. No, it's a woman.
Different person. Totally different person. Not a Paul brother at all.
No.
Not Paul brothers either.
Do you think it's interesting, Giannis coaching Shams?
Sure, yeah.
Shams has been trying to trade Giannis for months.
Yeah,
exactly.
He does trade him.
He should trade him.
Yep.
Or bury him. Don't let him play.
He'll say something like that, I think, in a press conference or something.
Yeah. I like that we have a dude perfect guy. Got the tall guy, I think.
Taco Fall?
No, not Taco Fall. We got Cody Jones. I think that's tall guy on Dude Perfect. Which is a little unfortunate that Beard guy's not playing because I do believe, like many others, he's the greatest athlete alive. Beard guy.
This is a thing that people say about Dude Perfect?
About him in particular.
So they got a tall guy, they got a beard guy.
They got twins.
Twins.
And they got purple guy.
Purple guy.
I think he just wears a purple shirt.
Okay. Like all gonna have our bits.
No, Beard guy. Beard guy is considered maybe the greatest athlete of all time.
Okay.
He is quite good at all these weird things.
Great.
But he's not in this, so tall guy will represent.
They got some great athletes. Andre DeGrasse. What,
hell of an athlete.
What a great champ. Jeremy Lin. Great to see him again. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll stop
guys.
there.
Yeah. We have two people returning for their third Celebrity All-Star game. One of them is White Chocolate.
Great.
This is the third game he's played in. And Chinese actor-singer Dylan Wang. This is his third go-around in this thing.
Third time, huh?
That's amazing.
And I Google him every time.
What the hell's that? So we will see. That's on Friday night. If you're watching that, go seek help. Okay.
I love that Giannis is asked to coach the team, and he says, "As long as my bros can be there."
Oh yeah.
Where's Costas? Playing? Is he got a season going or something?
He's playing in Europe. Good call.
You think they get paid for this? Do you think Giannis is getting his brothers a little coin? I don't think it's a much, but his couple bags of potato chips from Ruffles thrown in here.
I say no.
Well, now you're saying no.
For the brothers, he gets paid. Giannis gets paid.
He gives it to his brothers, doesn't he?
Well, if Giannis is going, he gets paid. Mookie Betts and Giannis were basically the twosome. I think that was getting paid here.
Okay.
On the bench.
And you just
Alex
said Giannis is like, you also gotta have my brothers on this roster. Yeah.
Thanasis will be running around.
Oh yeah.
He'll actually be probably running harder than a lot of these players playing in the game. Lethal Shooter, that's Esh's favorite player, favorite coach.
He's really done quite well for himself in his last couple of years.
I love this guy.
Yeah, I do too. He won me over.
Yeah.
And Chris, what did I say? Chris Brickley.
Yeah.
He's like a trainer too.
He is, yeah.
Yeah, don't care for him as much as I care for Lethal Shooter.
No, Chris Brickley's a legit trainer.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, he's like he does, I think, those Black Ops runs in New York City that have like the gray background. You'll see like Jordan Clarkson going off against Dennis Smith Jr.
Okay, but like celebrity? I mean, I get Lethal Shooter in today's social media world.
Totally. I've never seen Chris Brickley make a basket through a windmill.
Right.
Ever. I've never seen him throw a gummy bear into a bottle of Sprite from 28 feet away.
Right, that's my point.
He doesn't understand it.
Okay. Anyway, sorry, Chris. I'm sure you're a great guy, but
he's a legit hooper.
I'm Team Lethal Shooter. I bet he is. All right, Willboy of the night, sponsored by Kiran Kumar. Are you a small business owner looking for a warm and approachable spokesperson for your next commercial campaign? Maybe you're a content creator. Maybe you're a Lethal Shooter, for crying out loud, hoping to level up your next video with an intelligent narrator or a wacky character voice. Whatever your needs, voice actor Kiran Kumar can bring a new dimension to your project with his smooth, friendly, baritone voice. Learn more at KiranKumarVO.com. A real sponsor here.
Thank you for writing that copy. Didn't really have to edit it at all.
No, that was well written.
Yeah.
We checked out the website. We had some fun.
This guy's got a great voice. I think we should consider having Kiran do some work for us.
Yeah,
I don't know what, but
write a Woboy song or something.
Well, we're telling him to write songs. I didn't think of that, but thank you, Kiran. You are our sponsor for Willboy of the night. Some great nominees. You said Isaiah Collier there with the 22 assists. Jalen Johnson had another triple-double. Kyle Kuzma did light up the Bulls. But Colin Gillespie scored a career-high 30 points last night, shot 10 of 17 from the field, 8 of 14 from deep. Also chipped in 10 assists, 4 boards, 3 steals in 33 minutes. And I like this fact a lot. On a day here where Kiran Kumar sponsored Woboy, and we went to his website where he does all this voice actor work, it said he plays the trumpet. Colin Gillespie, Dizzy Gillespie, a trumpet legend.
Hey, man.
Damn!
You told me pre-show I'm going to say a dumb joke. And you totally came through. And you said, I'm going to love it. And I totally loved it.
Come on.
Ever since Lou Vegas said, the trumpet. I've been in on trumpet jokes.
Yeah, man. Colin Dizzy Gillespie going for Woe Boy on the same day that Kieran, who played the trumpet, because I found out on his website, KieranKumarVO.com. That's just, you can't, I mean, it's just, the stars aligned.
Cool nickname for Colin Gillespie, the trumpet.
Better than Villain Jr.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's call him Dizzy.
Dizzy got busy last night. That's good.
Fuck yeah, put it on there, Basketball Reference.
Yeah, actually, we might do that tomorrow when we've got time to kill during that 6-hour stream.
Okay.
Just reading nicknames on Basketball Reference.
Love
Pretty
it.
good.
I'm in.
Pretty good.
There's some bad ones out there.
Oh, yeah.
Dizzy Gillespie, way better.
Yeah.
Than a lot
Let's
of
see if
those
we can
things
get it
out there.
added by tomorrow to Gillespie's page. Pick'em tasks.
Yeah, let's do it.
Where are we going? You're 2-0, Trey 1-1. I'm 0-2. I have lost 10 straight pick'em
That's
games.
incredible.
Hey, I am on one hell of a cooler run here. Yeah.
That's a bad sign for me because I'm picking with you. OKC going into the San Antonio to play the Spurs. Easy pick to pick this as the game. Difficult to pick who is going to win this thing. The Spurs are 2.5-point dogs at home, so they can lose by 2, but it's a pick 'em, right? Skeets and I are taking OKC. Trey, why are you feeling the Spurs at home here?
Well, the Spurs have played the Thunder quite well this season. B2B for the Thunder as well.
Yep.
Simple as that.
Simple as that.
Okay. So yeah, I am on a bad run here, losing 10 straight in pick'em. But can I big up myself a little bit? Because I saw this from Shane Young. The Phoenix Suns officially surpassed their Vegas preseason win total with 31 victories last night. First NBA team this season to do that.
Wow.
Okay.
I did call that over in the preseason. Of the bunch here, I had the Suns hitting their projected over. So I got to take any win I can get right now. I got that one right. I believed a little bit in the Phoenix Suns.
There you go.
But man, to already be there is unbelievable.
Great year.
Incredible year. Okay, we'll call it there. Let's get off the air. You never know if we're going to have to do another emergency podcast or two. Otherwise, we are live all day tomorrow, starting at 10 a.m. Eastern, looking at every single Basketball Reference page while we wait for trades to happen. A little concerned that it felt like yesterday was the trade deadline.
It did, with the way they were trickling out.
I know. It felt like yesterday. It's almost weird today is Wednesday, because it feels like Friday. Because yesterday felt like Thursday. Makes you think. But we're going to be here regardless. We're going to order lunch. We're going to hang out, chat with you in the comments section.
We guarantee we will order lunch, okay?
Yeah, I barely ate lunch yesterday. I barely ate food yesterday. I realized yesterday I could win Survivor. That part of it. The food part.
I realized, yes.
Yeah. I mean, the way those trades were trickling out and the way we were doing emergency podcasts, it's not just jumping on. There's a lot of obviously sharing the show, making the graphics, getting all that stuff.
Yeah.
It was just nonstop. Just went all day. Didn't eat until
Gotta be
much
refreshing
later.
your accounts a lot.
You do.
Get your command R's ready.
So tomorrow's gonna be a lot of fun. So jump in, jump out. Trade happens, come on over. You'll see us react to it immediately. I think we're gonna have a blast. This is something new for us. We usually don't do the whole day experience. I guess we have a long time ago, maybe back in the score days. No. Sorry, that's free. That's free agency. Yeah, stream. Yeah, no, this is different. So we'll have some fun.
I like this. Medic here in the stream team says, got the day off. We'll be building bookshelves with y'all.
Oh, yeah.
Building bookshelves, watching a stream? That's nice.
Building bookshelves. Now, does that mean he's just assembling IKEA furniture or real woodwork? Actually
let us know.
Sanding.
All I know is we'll be
planing.
building bookshelves. My first inclination is assembling.
Yeah.
But if you got the whole day off, go nuts.
Yeah, but he says he's got the day off. If he was doing what I'm thinking, sanding, cutting, actually gluing, that would be your job, I would think.
Probably.
That you're a woodworker. So let us know.
Yeah, let us know. We'll follow up tomorrow.
Yeah. We'll call you tomorrow. We'll talk to you for an hour tomorrow if nothing's happening. We could straight build something tomorrow together.
You got anything unassembled in your house? Bring it.
Bring it in. All right, we will see you guys tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern, unless we hit you with another emergency podcast. Hit the like button, subscribe, 5-star ratings and reviews. Till then, Clipper Bros.
You heard it here first. Have a great time. Turn up. Love you guys. Awesome.
Thanks for joining us. And remember, the Olympics start on Friday, February 6th, but they technically start today, February 4th, because already looking at the schedule, curling mixed doubles get going in Cortina Curling Olympic Stadium, Canada taking on Czech Republic.
Let's go.
Hard!
All right, let's get it on. Maybe we'll just watch that tomorrow. We'll just watch a bunch of curling.
Yeah. No copyright on that.
No. Yeah, the Olympics are very chill with
They're
copyright.
super cool with it.
All right, embrace the day, people.